5 reasons why you absolutely need to visit Ethiopia. Hello Displorers, welcome back to another exciting edition presented to you by Displore, and thanks for watching. In this video we shall be bringing you 5 reasons why you absolutely need to visit Ethiopia. But first of all, let's have a brief background of Ethiopia. Ethiopia is a landlocked country in the Horn of Africa and shares borders with Eritrea to the north, Djibouti to the northeast, Somalia to the east, Kenya to the south, South Sudan to the west, and Sudan to the northwest, with over 109 million inhabitants. Ethiopia is the most populous landlocked country in the world and the second most populous nation on the African continent after Nigeria. Its capital and largest city is Addis Ababa, which lies a few miles west of East African Rift that splits the country into the African and Somali tectonic plates. Ethiopian national identity is grounded in the historic and contemporary roles of Christianity and Islam, and the independence of Ethiopia from foreign rule stemming from the various ancient Ethiopian kingdoms of antiquity. Some of the oldest skeletal evidence of anatomical modern humans has been found in Ethiopia and is widely considered as a region from which modern humans first set out from the Middle East and places beyond. According to linguists, the first Afroasiatic speaking populations settled in the Horn region during the ensuing Neolithic era. Tracing its roots to the second millennium BCE, Ethiopia's governmental system was a monarchy for most of its history. Oral literature tells that the monarchy was founded by the Solomonic dynasty of the Queen of Sheba under its first king Menelik I. During the late 19th century, the scramble for Africa, Ethiopia and Liberia were only two nations that preserved their sovereignty from long-term colonization by a European colonial power, and many newly independent nations on the continent subsequently adopted its flag colors. However, the country was later occupied by Italy in 1936 and became Italian Ethiopia until it was liberated during World War II. During the Italian rule, the government abolished slavery, a practice that existed in the country for centuries, and urbanization steadily increased. Ethiopia was also the first independent African member of the 20th Century League of Nations and the United Nations. In 1974, the Ethiopian monarchy under Haile Selassie was overthrown by the Derg, a communist military government backed by the Soviet Union. In 1987, the Derg established the People's Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, but it was overthrown in 1991 by the Ethiopian People's Revolutionary Democratic Front, which has been the ruling political coalition since. The nation is a land of natural contrast with its vast fertile west, its forests and its numerous rivers, and the world's hottest settlement of Dailol in its north. The Ethiopian highlands are the largest continuous mountain ranges in Africa, and the Sof Omar Caves contains the largest cave on the continent. Ethiopia also has the second largest number of UNESCO World Heritage Sites in Africa. Additionally, the sovereign state is a founding member of the UN, the Group G24, the Non-Aligned Movement, the G77, and the Organization of African Unity. Its capital city, Addis Ababa, serves as the headquarters of the African Union, the Pan-African Chamber of Commerce and Industry, the United Nations Economic Commission for Africa, the African Standby Force, and many other global NGOs focused on Africa. If you're new here, welcome. Be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our videos. If the above background doesn't give you enough incentive to leave for a visit to Ethiopia, here are 5 reasons why you should absolutely visit Ethiopia. Number 1. Ethiopian colorful festivals. In Ethiopia, you can attend a festival during just about any time of the year. They offer lots of color and insight into Ethiopian culture and tradition. Cultural affairs and sporting events abound throughout the year, the biggest of which are held in Addis Ababa. Dance and musical performances are a common theme of traditional events, along with art and religion. The Timkat Feast is a 3-day festival held annually on January 19th that celebrates the baptism of Christ on the Jordan River. Beautifully decorated tabots or tablets onto which the 10 commandments are inscribed that represent the Ark of the Covenant are paraded around the capital city. Both Ethiopian film and music festivals are held in May and feature outdoor film screens along with a series of musical events and concerts that celebrate the wide variety of genres and styles that have emerged here. What better way to get a glimpse of Ethiopian culture than to join its spectacular festivals? From the religious Timket and Mescal events to the Adwa celebration, Ethiopia has exuberant and colorful festivals that have stood the test of time. Number 2. Ethiopia is the birthplace of coffee. Coffee is such a big deal in Ethiopia such that they devote an entire intricate ceremony to its preparation and consumption. The methodical procedure is supposedly to take place 3 times a day, which are morning, noon, and night, but in reality will be extended to visitors at other times of the day. You will drink plenty of the black stuff because there are 3 rounds to the ceremony, accompanied with a bit of banter or popcorn on each ceremony. The 3rd round, also called Baraka, is looked on as a blessing which will transform the spirit. If you're a coffee lover, tasting Ethiopian coffee will deepen your bond with the beverage even more. Legend has it that the magical red cherry was first discovered in Ethiopia. The traditional Ethiopian coffee ceremony is beyond having a sip of coffee. It's a social event where people have conversations and catch up on community, politics, and personal lives. Number 3. The exquisite cuisine of Ethiopia. Ethiopian food is one of the world's most exciting cuisines as it is extremely unique and extraordinarily flavorful. The way that it's served on a communal platter is specifically designed for sharing the food, as it isn't meant to be eaten alone in Ethiopian culture. The most well-known dish is injera, a large spongy pancake-like bread on which portions of spicy meat and veggies are served. The injera is actually used not just as a serving dish but an eating utensil for scooping up the sauces, which provides a messy but a delicious experience. If you're a vegetarian, you can enjoy dishes like shiro wat. Along with injera, shiro wat, sometimes simply called shiro, is one of the most widely consumed dishes in Ethiopia. It consists of chickpea and broad bean flour, mixed with garlic and onions and made into a thick, almost paste-like substance, similar to refried beans but a smoother. While non-vegetarian versions of shiro often include a quiet bit of butter, the vegan version usually uses olive oil instead. From the raw meat delicacy to an extensive vegetable dish, Ethiopia's cuisine is as diverse as it's flavorful and one you should experience. Number 4. The people of Ethiopia have an exciting blend of cultures. With over 80 ethnic groups and some 200 dialects, each ethnic group preserves its own unique customs and traditions. In the remote mountains and in the Great Ethiopian Rift Valley, you'll find unique tribes living a lifestyle they were living thousands of years ago. The Omo Valley was isolated from the rest of the world for more than 1,000 years and is home to an exciting mix of many small and distinctive tribes, including the Karo, the Musi, and the Hama. All of the tribes retain their age-old traditions and rituals, and some communities have been open to tourists who are privileged to learn about their tribal traditions. Although there are many tribes found within Ethiopia, it's fascinating to learn how they find unique ways of expressing their artistic expressions. For all the exotic variety, there is a similar thread in all Ethiopia's people. They are incredibly friendly, hospitable, and proud to show you their beautiful nation. Out in the country, wooden plows are drawn by oxen, women wear traditional dresses, children offer to shine your shoes for pennies. Unlike the countryside, in Ethiopia's capital of Addis Ababa, it is a massive building boom with modern glass buildings going up side by side with tiny street shops. Many of the women here dress as they might in any European capital, and they walk by talking on their smartphones too. Number 5. The landscapes of Ethiopia are incredibly scenic. Arid plains, spectacular mountains, lush green areas, and vast lakes define Ethiopia's scenic landscapes. The country boasts 70% of the mountains on the African continent. Whether you're in the Semian Mountains or the Danakil Depression, every corner of the country offers a view pleasant to the eyes. From the craggy peaks and valleys of the Semian Mountains and the vast expanse of the Lake Tana to the sprawling city of Addis Ababa and the arid plains of the Omo Valley, it's hard to find another country that offers more spectacular contrast than Ethiopia does. Ethiopia has an incredible array of beautiful sights to be seen. Among these are the Semian Mountains, the Danakil Depression, and the Blue Nile Falls. All these places are breathtaking and it's worth trying to visit at least one of them if you travel to Ethiopia. Ethiopia's sides span both high and low. Ras Dashen, which is the highest mountain in Ethiopia and the 10th highest mountain in Africa, reaches a height of 4,550 meters, whereas the Danakil Depression, caused by volcanic activity, is 125 meters below sea level, one of the lowest places on Earth. Let's not also forget to mention that the Great Rift Valley, found in Ethiopia, is the most visible physical detail on planet Earth from space. Stepping into Ethiopia, you'll not only feel as if you're worlds away from home in an exotic land, but you feel as if you're stepped back in time. As the world seems to be getting smaller and smaller, and the streets start to look more similar, it's rare to find yourself somewhere that truly feels different. Many people here get around the old-fashioned way by donkey, carts, or horse and buggy. Dear Displorers, for watching this video till this point, here is an extra bonus reason for you. Number 6. Diverse culture of the Omo Valley. For anthropologists and theorists alike, the Omo Valley is a rich kaleidoscope of tribal culture, a crossroad of early human migrations. Nowhere else on the planet is there such a variety of cultures within such a small area. While getting there requires a trip in the back of a four-wheel drive vehicle on notoriously bad roads, it's well worth it for cultural experience. Ethiopia's own culture that has been growing ever since history itself began. Unlike the other African countries, the Ethiopian people were able to protect their country from that European colonizers, which helped them to keep it from becoming a mixture of another. Every ethnic group has its own unique lifestyle. If you're hoping to see what such genuine culture looks like, Ethiopia is an ideal place to be, and in the extreme south of the country, the Lower Omo is home to the magnificent mind-boggled of cultural diversity. 8 tribes as aesthetically disparate from each other as they are, the rest of the world call this part of the Great Rift Valley home. The entire area is a World Heritage Site. thanks to fascinating cultural squeaks such as the famous Musi lip plate and important discoveries of early human fossil fragments. There you have it, explorers. Those were the 5 reasons why you absolutely need to visit Ethiopia. Thanks for watching this video. If you did enjoy this video, do well to give it a thumbs up and do not forget to subscribe and share with your friends.